Yes, it is. It says stream is live. So, hello everybody. We are live. We are the Mad Scientists. I'm Mad Frankie. That's Violet Iger over there with the pointy fingers. And together we make the Mad Scientists.
A
Bit closer down. Can you get any further down?
Nope, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, I'll make mine big enough to fit yours then. There we go. We are the Mad Scientists, us two together. There we go. Right. Now, I haven't been doing any gel plating for quite some time. And it's about time I did, don't you think?
Yeah.
So what I thought I'd do, Violet very kindly showed me this nice lady doing some gel plating, but with a slight difference to what I normally do. She was doing it with watercolor. So I thought, let's have a go with some watercolor. Just to see what happens, you know. I mean, it's not something I've tried before, so let's give it a go. Oh, it was upside down after all. Yeah. Turn it back around so we've got the paints and the little thingy telling me what they are. And I've got brushes all over the place. So let's start with some colours. I don't know what colours. We'll just play around. That's why we're doing this previously. Now there's a big mop brush. It's probably one of those ones that sheds like mad. They all do, it seems to me, the ones I've got. I've been thinking about getting some decent ones, but we'll see. So what should we start with? Well, there's my old favourite indigo blue, which I think is either that one or that one. 67. Hello, so there we are. That's that one, 67 down here. So we'll start with a bit of that. Now I'm just doing just nothingness. I'm not doing anything special because I just want to see how it works. I was thinking it might produce more selling, and that's looking good for that. I was hopeful it might. Let's put a sort of pattern on it. And we'll do some on the other side. Opposite side. Yes, there's another hair come out. So, give that a rinse and try something else. See what happens with a lighter blue. Not a lot, I suspect. There's another hair that landed. Or is that just an imprint? Oh, it is another hair. It's a dog one. Oh, well, joining in. Right, so I'm just going to put a piece of paper down on there and see what happens with it. Now I've got some paper and I've got some cards, so I'll try paper first. So I didn't use the brayer at all on that, it was brushes. And I may build up some layers on this sheet as well. Well, it does work. Yeah, and I do get a fair bit of selling.
Mark making.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try it as well. I'm going to try with a piece of card next time, because I think that may absorb a bit more, having seen what it did to an ordinary bit of paper. And I will also use a brayer. Okay, that'll do. So I've got those colours on there, so I'll continue with those at the moment. And I want to put some red in there as well, just because I feel like it. But I'm going to put the blue back, the light blue, because I want to see what the same sort of colours difference might be on the card. Yep, okay, and I want to add a bit of red. Now, what sort of red do I want to add? Rose madder. Rose madder, dark even, because I want to put some in the middle of that. And I'll brayer it next time when I get into more colours. Occurs to me that this might be a good way of doing a background on which to do things. But the lady I watched was doing layer after layer after layer and just adding to each one each time. Interesting. Smeared a bit. Let me see if I can pick up a bit more on this one. Putting that back down again. There's another layer if you like. So basically, I got more of a print out of the, and I like the smush actually. It's looking quite good. Yeah. Less selling. There is still some selling, but it's smooshed a bit more on the more absorbent, a more thicker card. Yeah, interesting. So let's do another layer on this one. Let's see if we can. I tell you what. Let's do some little layers using a little brayer. And if I just deposit some colours down, including that nice Rose Madder Deep.
Nice.
Well, this is the purple. I'm going to add some of that as well. I think I need a bit more of that. Let's see what happens with that. This is I don't like this brush very much at all. It sort of crunches up and bends when you don't want it to. What's it called? It's called a Galt 12. Yeah, all right. So just crisscrossy movements. I'm getting some nice shapes on the brayer off anyway. I'm going to leave that aside and I'm going to do a new piece. A new one. Because I kind of liked what happened there. I really want to change it. Now there's no stencils down, so I'm not getting so much squeak with this. You see a Baron with all the little metal thingies. Yeah, ball bearings and such. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, I like that. I could go over that with another layer of different colour.
Yeah.
Oh, why not? Why not do just that?
Are we going to call these watercolor long hauls?
Well, we're going to call them watercolor. I don't know how long they're going to be. Don't know yet. Imperial Violet. I'm using the Kuretake Gansai Dumby. because they're the easiest to get at watercolors because they've got the big palette. You know, the big pans is the word I'm looking for.
Right.
Now I think I might look at that. It did go like that, and it bends completely. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Is it supposed to do that? Uh-oh, I seem to be using the wrong colour.
Well,
I was going for the
orange.
Imperial Violet, which is that one.
This
It's
is
all right,
why,
we've got another blue in there. Sorry?
this is why you need new brushes.
Yeah. Ones that don't bend. I don't know whether proper brushes are supposed to bend like that, because I don't really have any proper, depending on what proper, you know, expensive. Ooh, what you got there?
Just a circle. Just a dark circle. I just was thinking of drawing an ornament.
An ornament. Ah. I wonder if leaving it there makes any difference, because I could leave it there and get another plate out. I went to all the trouble of cleaning loads of plates ready. And on one of the plates I cleaned, this was on there, waiting to be pulled. I didn't realise I still had something waiting to be pulled after all that long time ago. It seems so long since I did any jelly plating.
Hasn't been that long, but yeah, it's been a few weeks.
Yeah. So. Pipel. 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 Piece of card. Pick up a piece of card, you daft beggar. That's better. Oh, I'm liking that. I've got a little doggy.
I saw it.
And that little doggy's running even faster. Two little doggies. Oh dear. That's so sweet. In fact, having that like that, just thinking that if I maybe go with a sprayer and liven up that paint a bit, I might get a secondary sort of ghosty print off that particular bit that's left there. Try and press it in to get a... Let's try it with that one. Get more of a... Get it to squidge around. This watercolour seems to like squidging around underneath the card. Oh, that's definitely squidged. I quite like the mix of those two colours.
Very nice. You could do another layer again, long haul.
Yeah. This is using the malachite. Now, the lady I saw that you told me about, I can't remember her name. I don't know if you remember her.
Mm-hmm.
But Diane something.
Antone,
that's it. Diane Antone Art. Yes. Well, she was using a little 6x6 plate, But she was so clever with what she was doing. It really was brilliant.
Let's see. Yep, Diane Antone Studio. That's who it was. Well, I've watched many of her streams over the years, and that one just stuck in my head.
Mm. Well, it was very interesting. It was the most well explained watercolor on the GelPlate thing I'd seen. I've seen many other people using watercolor on the GelPlate, but she really explained it nicely. Very nicely indeed. I'm going to put this one back on. The one with the two dogs. So we'll probably lose the two dogs now. But I want to see what happens. Yeah, we've lost the dogs. I think we've got somebody riding a horse now. I'm going to put this one back down as well. See if I can pull up any more. When she was done, I don't know what watercolor she was using, but she seemed to be able to get the colors to stay on the plate without the beading. I don't know how she did that. I mean, I do like beading, but it's nice to know when you don't have to have the beading if you don't want it. I don't know. I'm going to try and stick with this.
She put a little bit of
dish soap on, didn't she?
I
think she did.
What I do in order to make it work with watercolor.
She mixed some dish soap with the paint. But I wonder if putting the dish soap on and just moving it around might work, because I've got some soap then. It's not dish soap, it's hand soap.
It's hand soap.
There we are, a little bit in there. Did she put the soap on the brush first or after she put the colour on?
Let me look.
I'm going to load this up with paint and find out.
So she put a little bit of paint down, a little bit of paint in a separate palette, and then she got just the teeny tiniest, like a speck of the hand sanitizer, and mixed it in her separate color.
There we go. I put some in this palette. Yeah. I'm calling it a palette, but it isn't one.
Yeah, you're having better luck. And I think as you go, you'll realize you could do with less soap, because too much hand soap, you might get bubbles as you paint it on.
And I do seem to have some.
Uh-huh. So less hand sanitizer.
It's not hand sanitizer. It's
soap.
Proper soap.
Well, liquid soap. Whatever you're using, I would say she just barely touched the tip of her brush in there, and then added it to her palette of color, her dish of color. So you're doing better there. I need a palette. I think it's going to be trial and error. You'll find your comfort zone.
Yeah, but I think I need a palette. I don't have one here. I never thought to get one.
Yes, ma'am.
I've got one somewhere, but I don't know where. This is nice and calming, this now. Yeah. That's nice. No, well, as soon as I did something different, let's try it with a different piece of card. And we can have a look at the other side and see what's happening. Let's have a look at the other side. That's not bad.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Got to find out what this one's doing now. Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. I like that. I still do like the selling. I do. It'd be nice to be able to combine it. I'll put some, I think what I'll do is I'll put some dish soap on, like that.
So you're going to have a dual effect. You're going to have the selling and the non-selling.
With any luck, I'm putting some paint on first, though, in some spots. I dare say some of this is drying, so I'll give it a spritz in a bit.
Yeah. And you know, I didn't look. Did she use liquid watercolor? Because I know you have some of that.
Yes, I do actually, but I don't know where.
Oh,
Some of that. This is probably going to go completely wrong now. I'll have some gorgeous mud in a minute.
well,
Right, I'm going to spritz it now to make sure everything's wet, because that definitely isn't. See what happens with that. I'm going to need some more card in a minute. Running low. I don't think there's any other way to get selling from watercolor or from acrylic, come to that, without getting it to bead up on the plate first. You couldn't put it direct to paper.
right.
Oh my.
Oh my. Wow.
One. I'll just do another one.
Wow.
Let's see if I can pick any of that up with paper first. That's quite wet though.
Yeah, it's not going to need any dish soap for a while. You're going to have to wash that stuff off.
That's nice. Lovely.
Wow.
What should we do next? Let's put some colour on, a little bit of dish soap and some colour, and see if we can brayer it on. Try something I wouldn't normally try at all. Not getting any colour on my brush yet. A little bit more over there, maybe.
Now that's selling.
Quite well. Let's do a bit of brayering. Now that's not going to work. That is not going to work. That's the wrong brayer. Won't work on anything. I didn't think it was going to work. Let me try that big one. Well, it's mixing it in all right. Crisscross anybody?
Wow.
I wonder if you use acrylic medium on watercolors, do you end up with an acrylic paint?
I don't know that you're
Sorry.
the mad scientist. I don't know that I would put them both down on the same plate. I might consider doing layers.
I like that.
I
That's
love
nice.
that.
I wouldn't do it without a palette, is what I was going to say. Because I wouldn't want to put acrylic directly into here. I would want to mix it someplace else.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to turn these into acrylics unknowingly and have it just freeze solid.
Yeah.
Never be used again, you know? Not the price they are. What else can I do? I think I want to go back to acrylic, you know. And I want to watch her thing again, her
Stream.
video again.
Yeah.
I think I've just split that. Oh well.
Don't assume. Sometimes you think that you come out with one like earlier, and all of a sudden you go, "Wow!"
Yeah, sometimes.
You never know.
But I do think I need to wet this one. I want to get up some more of that underlying gold, which I won't get, probably. I think I'll do one of these first. Paper first. Soak up most of the water. Get that out of the way. This one. No, I think I've made that go too. I think I've let it go too dry. So I need to put some more of that on. What's that noise?
Sounds like geese at your house.
No, it's nothing here. It's coming through the microphone.
There's nothing doing here except me breathing.
Oh, that's what it is.
Funny girl, funny girl.
Getting very bubbly, that water.
Soapy.
Yeah, very. Taking a long time over this one. I bet it's not worth it in the end. That's enough playing. Let's see what happens. Right, we'll do the other side of this one. No, I'll just do it on top of that one, I think.
Well, you never know.
Got some stencils up there. Just casually looking around and thinking, I've got some stencils up there. Interesting.
Oh. See, I love the lattice effect.
Yeah.
We were talking, Mariah brought it up last stream about using a wet watercolor in stencils. So you could put the stencils down and leave them to dry.
Yeah.
So you put your watercolor down while it's wet, you put your stencil down and leave them to dry. And once
Right.
pull it up and you have the stencil.
Uh-huh. Try it with the rest of that gold. I think you've got to play for a fair while to get some idea of what you're doing.
Sure.
Even if what you're doing isn't terribly interesting.
It only matters to you.
True. We don't have to show anybody this.
No.
Oh, come on, I'm trying to get hold of one piece of card and they're sticking together like grim death. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I quite like that. I think I need to clean that now, though. I want to do something with stencils, so I want something clean first. Right. Now, what stencils have I got hiding up here? It just fits the plate nicely. So, did you say you put the watercolor down and then the stencil, or the other way around?
Mariah said a wet plate. So you put your watercolor down while it's wet, and it has to be wet so that the stencil will stick to it and put a barrier there.
Right.
So a wet watercolor, put down your stencil and walk away. Let it dry.
Okay, because we got another plate. We've got loads of plates, actually.
Okay. I'm going to go over there and look for my lattice stencil because it's not here.
Okay.
So Put your plate back in the screen if you want anybody to see what you're doing. Fix your camera. There you go. And explain if you want.
Right. Well, I'm going to do what you said, Mara said you do. So let's see if I can do that. So watercolor down first. Let's do some reds because I haven't done any reds for a bit. This might not be red. Oh, it is. Is it? 1 minute. Number 30. Yep, cadmium red. It is red. It's an orangey sort of red, though. That's why I was unsure. But then my Aureolin, which looks like a yellow, with a bit of red in it, is a different make altogether from this lot. So I'm now going to rinse the brush thoroughly in 2 pots of water. Then I'm going to get some of that purple to go with the red, and it's the Imperial Violet I'm using because I want to add some of the dish soap so that it will stay on the plate. You know, not all beady. It's a bit too reddish of its own, so let's get some more of that violet. A little bit of that, and put some in there. Right, so that's as wet as I can. I'm being as quick as I can. Right, the web. A piece of card. Let's use this one since we've got stencil there. It's not going to stay down. I don't think there's any chance of walking away because I think it's coming up before I've even finished. I mean, I can try, but I don't think it's going to work. I'll just sit here for a few minutes. Or I could put another plate on top to weigh it down. Well, that might be a better.
Here's the thing: you could have used tissue paper, I think, to pull up the stencil part. As I said, just leave the stencil sitting down there, not necessarily the paper. Does that make sense?
Oh, right.
See, I don't.
Oh, I see.
The thing is, we're doing it on a gel plate, so it's kind of a backwards effect.
I quite like that.
Oh, I like that. So if you were, all right, look what I've got on my desk here is, okay, I have a card about this size underneath this stencil with watercolor on it.
Okay.
And it's good and wet because I sprayed it and made sure it was good and wet. Put the stencil down. This is my favorite PM Art Studio stencil. And I daubered up in the stencil design, daubered up the juice. And now I'll leave it sit there to dry. And in the meantime, I've got this heavy plastic beaded case I'm sitting on it. Okay. Now, you're doing it on a gel plate. That's a whole other backward type technique.
I thought you meant on a gel plate.
No, I wasn't thinking. I wasn't realizing you thought that when I said it. No. We were talking the other day when you were making watercolors, how to use the stencils. So you'd want wet paper and let the transfer dry on the paper. Now, if you let this dry like this and you pull up that stencil, you may have a stencil design, but how are you going to pull it?
I have no idea.
Well, my thought is because we're mad, we're just being mad, crazy mad. Once it's good and dry, use a transparent acrylic to pull it.
Yeah, like matte medium or something, or even an iridescent. That might work.
I don't know. You're mixing medias, so I don't know how it would work.
Yeah.
We can be mad and find out.
It's worth a try. I've got some over there, so it wouldn't take too long for that to dry, I don't think.
Mhm. Okay, I'm going to go mute because the
Try it
echo is
anyway.
annoying.
Sorry, what did you say? What did you say?
I said I'm going mute because the echo is annoying.
Sorry.
I know.
I think it's only when we both talk at once.
No, I hear it every time I talk.
Oh,
It's a feedback. So it's okay. You do you. I'll go mute.
sorry. How did I get that? I can't remember, but it's quite nice. What about handprints? I'm messy enough anyway, so why not? That's acrylic. Yeah, well,
So what are you going to try? You're going to try wet watercolor? Oh, you're doing different. Oh, by sky, eh?
I don't know. Daft guy, more like. Just grabbing some of this Imperial Violet, putting it on the back. I don't know why I'm putting it on the back of the dragon. I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Why do you think we're called the mad scientists? Because we definitely have no idea what we're doing. Right. I seem to have an egg here as well, so I may as well use an egg. What else have I got? Oh, I've got a moon over there. Let's have a moon. It's got acrylic on it, this moon, so I don't know whether this is going to stick or not. I've got another dragon here. Let's try that. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's try the other colour. The one that I like that goes with this, the malachite. Seems to go quite nicely with it. I'm mixing it in with the purple there, the violet. I'm getting a lot of splodges. I was hoping not to do that, but there we go. Never mind. Still need a bit of dish soap to get the colour to stick to the Tyvek. Probably similar problem with Yupo, because they're both the same sort of feel to them. Uh-oh, and I've got a hair there. See, it was trying to get away from me. Let's see if that helps at all. No, it doesn't, because I've now got a couple of spaces where there's nothing of that colour. Where my big fat finger went. Take that out of the way because it's... So we need something on top. Let's try another sheet of this. And a plate we're not using. I probably smudged it all by moving that as well. Oh dear. Let's see what's happened with this. I mean, I'm impatient, I know. Well, the moon's come off. It did kind of work. Almost got a dragon there. I think it just dried too fast. That one's not so bad.
Not so bad.
But they're all a bit bitty. Yeah.
And you could do the same thing with acrylics.
Yeah, that would probably work better because it's got more suction power, I think.
Yeah.
But it's got something. It's got something. Should we do some acrylics? I feel the need to do some acrylics.
She feels.
It's been so long since I played with acrylics. It's more slapdashy, I think.
All right.
Shall we have a go?
Yes. Don't close that while it's wet, dear.
What?
Your paints. Do not close them if they're wet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Now then, I want to put some colour down, don't I? I wonder what colour I'm going to use.
Adjust your camera a tad bit. Just needs it. There you go. Thank you.
Yep. Don't need that at the moment. It's water. I've got so many hairs on here. Gosh, I thought I cleaned that one. Obviously not. I've only got to breathe in here and another dog hair floats its way down to the floor. Or maybe they're all on here. I think they're all on here. I'm just going to have a hairy one now.
I'm laughing, trying not to cause an echo. You're doing tactile gel printing.
Hairy gel printing. In order to get your hair to stick, pay me for some of my dog's hair.
There is another technique to watercolor on your gel plate with stencils, and that is to take what you have there right now, just brush some watercolor over it and do a pull.
What, on top of these stencils?
Yeah.
With the acrylic still in there? What there
not
is?
on top the stencils, but in the negative spaces.
Well, this one.
No, on the gel plate.
And here and here and here, you mean, sort of
Well,
thing?
yeah, anywhere there's negative space, yeah.
Okay. Well, I can try it.
Well, you've already put all your stuff away, so you know.
Sure. Yeah. Let's not. Let's carry on with just playing. I just want to play.
I was just saying for future reference. I sent you a link. You'll see.
Okay. Oh, got some on there. That's not enough. Nowhere near enough. Bit of this as well, I think. Ah, got a goober on the top. There we are. Oh! Oh dear, what would be the one I didn't wind the top down on? Let's put that out the way. Put that back over there. There. I quite fancy using a bit of that, you know. Think I might.
The neon?
No, it's just lime green, that's all.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is very pigmented.
Oh, that's nice.
That's very nice.
Nice. Me like 'em. Me like 'em, Daddy. Me like 'em that quite a bit. Let's add some green, see what happens. Got some more down there if I want them. I think. Somewhere. Oops. Oh, that was a mistake.
I love that green.
It's quite pale for a lime green. To me, anyway. No, we don't want you doing that. It's getting a bit dry. I think it's time to lift this up because it doesn't want to stay on anymore. In fact, it's sticking to the card paper. So the moon will have to come up anyway, and so will that. There we go. Right. Another sheet of paper. Pity, I was quite enjoying that. Interesting. Quite pale in places, but not the moon. And no sign of the egg. The egg completely went away. I wonder if I could get a print of the egg. Not really. Oh well. Interesting. So, have I got some more of those paints? I thought I had some down here. No, but I've got a fish. Got a fish. The messiest desk in the world has got a fish. Oh, and a trilobite. Got a fish and a trilobite. I think I'll stick with the golden at the moment. Get back into the swing of things, as it were. But I quite like that down there, but I'd like to add to it. Well, let's try for another moon. Ooh, that worked. Good Lord. Interesting. I'm pretty much just grabbing the first colour off the trolley, really, in this way. Cobalt turquoise. And a bit of flow medium. See what happens. That's not bad. Made it a bit more watery. So, I mean, that's a opaque colour, and it's made it a bit less opaque. Sort of half and half, and it's made it a bit better. I think that's what it was. And I'd like something with a bit of punch to it. Well, that's transparent as well, so that might work quite nicely. Unless I've got one that isn't transparent. I don't think I have. It's not easily available anyway. So I'll just try this one. I think that's enough, don't you?
You're flooding the room.
I'm sorry. Certainly flooding the plate. Fishy. And a trilobite. What else have I got? And about a robot. I like a nice robot. And a wall face. because I like a nice raw face. Something to go on top. Sheet of paper. That's a bit watery. Ah well, I quite like it. It's a bit more blue, purple. Got it on my fingers now. Dioxazine purple, in fact. Smidgy, a bit smidgy. That's nice. I'm just playing really here, you see. I'm not doing it with any logical progression of ideas. I'm not making a picture. I'm not showcasing a stencil. I'm just playing.
Mm-hmm.
For now, let's have a look at the cobweb, see what's happened with the cobweb. Might have done something by now. I thought there was another one waiting to be pulled. One of the watercolour ones. Well, this is a watercolour one, but
Yeah,
a
that
different
one, and I thought there was another one, but I could be wrong.
No, there's only that. So we lift it up, and it appears to be dry, but there doesn't appear to be very much there at all. I think it all got absorbed into the stencil. Well, there is something there, but I think you're going to lose it the moment you pull it. I don't think there's going to be much left unless you try pulling it with something like matte medium, iridescent matte medium, which is what I was thinking of anyway. So this is just ordinary matte medium. It's not even iridescent because I can't get it open. I'm doing this quite lightly because it's quite a pale impression. I don't really want to give it too much chance of disappearing under here, which it is already starting to do. Let's just put something down on it and cross your fingers. So let's put this on top of that one. Probably have to wait a while for that. Let's look at the watercolor ones that we did. Oh, that's really rather nice. It was very blurry, but rather nice. And I love that one. That one's lovely. That was interesting. That's nice. Isn't that nice? And I like that one. Like the blend of the colours. That's fabulous. I love that. I'm not so sure about this one. That was, I think, one of the early ones with the washing up liquid. Not washing up liquid. Hand soap. But it wasn't so great. But that one that we took off before we tried doing that one that's under here, thinking about it, that was rather good. I like that. That's nice. I like the mushiness. I like this patterning going on. And that's okay. I think that's about it, isn't it? Well, we've got these few from the acrylics afterwards. Funny egg. That's about it, I think. I don't think that. Oh, there's one more. There's the dragons and the watercolor. There we are. That's it. That's what we've got. And that's it. Okay.